welcome. This flow is intended to be done within 3 days of a new moon. It's a gentle, easy flow because I'm embracing the lunar energy. But the intention of this practice is that it is a tool for you to make magic, I guess, to aid in the building of and power of the intention that you want to create in your life through mindful movement, breath, and visualization. So let's get started. So let's begin this new moon lunar flow in a comfortable cross-legged position with your hands in prayer mudra. This is called the pose of ease or Sukhasana. If you have little dinosaur arms like me, sometimes it can be uncomfortable to have your hands flat against each other, sitting for a few minutes. So I invite you to have your fingertips touching if that is the case for you, which is not strictly correct, but I think it can be a nice little cheat because you do need to be comfortable. Lean back a little bit so your heart is over your hips and close your eyes. Begin your ujjayi breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And wherever possible today, I invite you to actually close your eyes so you can shut out the outside world and go inward. My intention for you for this practice is that you can either get really clear on what it is you want to create this month, or you can already have that vision and ground it, pull it really physically into your body and grow that possibility in your life. Because where you place your thoughts is where you place your energy. And we so often spend most of our lives thinking about the things that need to be fixed, or we need to change, or that are giving us stress. And by thinking about them, we're putting our energy to them. And that's not what we want to create. We actually want to be thinking about the thing that we want to create that hasn't yet been born, perhaps. So having the awareness around your thought process and bringing some real intention into it is a really beautiful way to create what you want your life to look like, to feel like. If you don't have the intention clear, that's okay. You can make it more general, wanting to bring more peace in, wanting to bring more joy. And I'm going to walk you through a brief visualization here. The new moon is the perfect time to plant intentions, as it is the perfect time to plant a seed in your garden. But rather than planting your intention in the dirt, I want you to think about your intention now. Get it in your mind and visualize that intention as a little seed. Small little seed. Pull that seed down in the place that your thumbs are touching, in your spiritual heart center, or your heart chakra. See the seed in there. Maybe it's just a seed of light. Maybe it's a physical form of a seed. It doesn't matter. But this seed of intention, you're planting it in that heart space. knowing that that is a powerful thing to do, and that is a powerful place for your seed to sit and grow. And as you breathe inward, you're breathing in to that seed, giving it oxygen and all the nutrients it needs to grow. I like to place a note on my fridge of what the intention is I'm trying to create. And every day or two when you look at it, you can tend to that seed once more by bringing it into your mind. Just visually thinking the intention. And maybe there's an action that you can do that day that would support that intention. But from a purely energetic perspective, put your thought in the intention and hand it over and trust that it will grow. It's like that let go, let God, or let go and let flow is a common yogi one. You plant the seed, you put your energy there, and you trust that the universe has your back and that it will grow. Take a couple more deep breaths into that seed of intention. Maybe you want to visualize it glowing with golden light of possibility. Let your hands go down to your knees. Bring your right hand to the ground and bring your left hand up. And just lean over and stretch. You can go low so long as your hip bone's not coming off the ground here. And just throughout your practice, when you notice your mind wandering, turn your head and heart a little bit to the ceiling here. When you notice your mind wandering, I invite you to come back to your intention. Swoop that hand down and come to the other side. And just think once more about your intention. Don't go into deep story or imaginings on it. Just maybe visualize that seed you planted. Just say the one sentence and let it go. Come back to center. Bring your left knee on the ground in front of you. Take your right foot either in front of your shin, if you can keep both your sits bones on the ground, bring it in front of your thigh. So either one is perfectly fine. Inhale, get a little taller through your spine, and exhale, turn gently toward that front knee for a gentle twist. On your inhale, get a little taller, and on your exhale, sink a little deeper into the twist. And I've gone all out for my moon practice and put some crystals here on the ground. And I think it can be really lovely to just create some ceremony. Light some candles. Maybe you want to practice in a dark room. And it's really beautiful to journal afterwards. Write down on paper what your intention is. And, when I take people through full moon ceremonies, we burn it, which is really powerful. Come back to center. Now we're going to switch legs, but before you do that, I just give you the choice to do it in this really fun way. Your feet don't move. They twist around on the spot. And you just walk your hands on the ground to the other side. Inhale, get a little taller through the top of your head. Exhale, twist. I love doing that move when I'm teaching classes. People end up facing in all different directions. It's really fun. We have a lot of fun with it. Move on your breath deeper into the pose. So I think whatever you can do to really ground this intention makes it more powerful. Whether that's writing it down and burning it, or putting it on your fridge. Maybe a morning meditation for 2 minutes before you wake up, just lying there and going, thank you, this has already happened. Come back to center. And now we're going to move into table pose. Inhale, lift your head and heart, drop your stomach. Exhale, folding down, lifting your stomach and shoulders, creating space between your shoulders. Inhale, drop your stomach, lift your head and heart, and move back and forth through cat and cow on your own breath. Bring your knees back a couple of inches, tuck your toes and lift your hips into downward facing dog. And just walk the dog here. Know the sound quality isn't great, and I apologize for that. I'm getting a new mic. So from now on the sound quality will be really good, but I just wanted to get this flow out in time for the next new moon. On your next exhale, look forward and walk your feet towards your hands. Release your head. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms out to the side, rise to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, step back to plank. Breathe here a moment. Lower slowly, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And push back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high behind you, bend your knee and stack your hips for a moment here. Exhale your leg forward through your hands, drop your back knee and rise into a low lunge. As always, if it hurts your back knee, pull in and up so you're taking the pressure off that back knee. Take your hips back, lift the toes on your front leg, drop your head. If this tweaks your knee, soften it a little bit. It doesn't have to be really straight. You don't want to lock it out. Walk your hands forward. Plant your left hand on the mat and turn towards your front knee for a twist. Lift your right hand to the sky. Exhale that hand back down, tuck your back toes and step your front foot back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high, bend your left knee and stack your hips. Exhale that foot forward between your hands, drop your back knee and find low lunge. Check that your knee is over your ankle, so you might need to walk your foot out a couple of inches. Take your hips back, lift your front toes, drop your head. If this stretch is not deep enough for you, you can take the 2 fingers on your left hand, stick them in front of your hip and pull it back, and then hello, that is a deep stretch. Walk your hands forward. Plant that right hand on the mat and starting from your hips, turn towards your front knee and come into the twist. If you're really swaying, you can have your hand out a little wider, like further away from your front foot, which gives you a wider base. Exhale that hand back down, tuck your back toes and step back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. On your next exhale, look forward and walk or hop your feet to your hands. You can ragdoll here, so just grab your elbows with your hands and try to release your head. So you're not holding your head up at all. And if that means you're bending your knees in a really big way, that's totally okay. The goal is that you're relaxing your neck, just letting it go. If you want to just rock from side to side, you can do that. Maybe shake your head no, nod it yes. Release your hands to the mat here. Bend your knees if they weren't already and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Big shoulder roll. A little back crack of mine there. Inhale your hands up above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, sit down, find Utkatasana, chair pose. Check that you can see your toes, and if not, sit back a little further. Take a beat here and bring your hands into prayer. Connect again through your thumbs to that seed you planted. Inhale to that seed, knowing that you're growing it with every breath. Exhale, forward fold, release. On your next inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands on the mat and step back to plank. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Just stay in this for a moment, in this heart opener. Creating an expansive space for your seed to grow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high behind you. Exhale it forward and rise into crescent. So you're in crescent on your back ball of your foot. Twist that back heel inward and find extended side angle. Rise to warrior two, straighten that front knee, stretch forward and find Trigonasana, triangle pose. If this tweaks your knee at all, then soften the knee and engage the foot a little more, gripping down with like monkey toes. You want to pull the knee up as well. If you're keeping your leg really straight, then engage the muscular energy pulling the knee up with your thigh. This protects the knee joint. Root down to rise back. Windmill your hands down. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Breathe into your seed. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale the left leg up behind you. Exhale it forward and rise into crescent. Switch that back foot flat and pivot your heel in and find extended side angle. Breathe it back up to warrior two. Straighten that front knee and come into Trigonasana, triangle pose. And the invitation here is to just pull your top hip back a little more, tucking that bottom one under. Don't lean on your legs. You should be able to distangle your arm. The integrity is in your core. Root down to rise back up. Bend your knee as you windmill your hands back down. Step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, you guys. Come forward into plank. Push the ground away and come back to downward facing dog. Step your feet halfway forward and find a wide fold. A wide forward fold. So your feet are sort of the width of your mat. Turn your ankles in and drop your hips and find Malasana. So I'm going to turn and face you, but you stay where you are. Return to your breath. Knowing that each breath you inhale into your heart is growing your intention in the most perfect and divine way that is right for you. And you don't need to know what way that is. And I find that it's always when you're successful, at least when I've been successful with my manifestations, it's always in a way I didn't expect or think of. So just be open to however that happens for you in the highest and best good for everyone. And then come down to the ground. We're going to be on the mat for the rest of this flow now because, again, the lunar soft grounding energy. So we're going to come into bridge. Come onto your back. Roll your shoulders down your back so you're opening up your heart. Rooting down through your feet, rise, lifting your hips up. Do not look at the screen here. Keep your eyes closed as you're in bridge if you can do that and maintain your balance. Don't let your knees splay out too far. Keep them in line with your hips. This is a really mini sort of inversion where it's easy to breathe into your heart space. So take advantage of that, and I just invite you to really pull your energy into that place. Knowing you're growing your intention. I'm harping on it, but that is the whole point of this flow, is we are growing our intention. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Straighten out your left leg. Bring your right knee up and then across your body for a twist. And as we have moved through these practices, sporadically breathing into your intention, you're really growing and grounding that through your body, through the asanas and the physical movement. Come back to center, switch legs here. Bring that other knee across your body. Come back to center. Place your hands palm down just under your hips. Bring your feet up so you're kind of making an L shape with your body. Your feet are flat, they're not pointed. Now engage Uddiyana Bandha. Pull your stomach in and up. Keeping that intention, slowly lower your feet. But keep breathing and don't let them touch the ground. Don't let them touch the ground. Rise them up. You probably can do this slower than me. So if you can, do it slower than me. Don't let me be your guide here. And just move up and down, keeping that intention in your core, but keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Bring your knees out to the side of your torso. Clasp the outside of your feet for happy baby. As always, I like to get a little funky with my happy baby because no baby ever has just laid there. And then we're going to come into Savasana, corpse pose. So if you can turn the lights off, I invite you to do that. Let your hands splay out to the side. Palms up is more in acceptance of what's coming. Palms down is grounding. Whatever feels right for you in this sequence of your intention. Just let go of everything that is no longer serving you. Let all the stress sink into the earth. Feel the weight of your shoulders sink into your mat. Your hips are heavy. Your stomach is soft. Release all the tension from your jaw. Soften your hands. And you don't need to think about the intention now. You don't need to think about anything. It will all be there for you in a couple of minutes. Just let go of everything and sit in the nothingness, or focus on your breath. May your intention come into reality in the best way for you. Keeping your eyes closed, roll onto your right side. Pushing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands once again into prayer mudra. We end as we started in Sukhasana. know that that seed is planted under your thumb and that you are powerful, powerful enough to create what you want, my friend. Namaste.